It's time to play When Democrats Get Exposed. Our first candidate comes all the way from California. Yes, she's rocking the Florida Evans afro. And that's none other than Karen Big Mouth Bass. What's going on, America? Welcome to Kevin's Corner, where I try to make some sense out of nonsense. Before we get into this video, I need y'all to do me a favor. Hit that like button, share my videos. Please make sure you subscribe. Make sure your notification buttons are turned on to all. Subscribe to my alternative channel, just in case YouTube give me the slip or something. You'll know how to find me. Don't forget to check me out with all the podcasts and follow me on Rumble in the Jungle. All the links are listed below. If you want to donate to my channel, feel free. Those links are below as well. Now, with no further ado, welcome to my party. We're just getting started. That's right. She's our first contestant today, y'all. Playing the game of When Democrats Get Exposed. Now, I love it. I love when these demon rats get exposed, especially when they go on shows that they don't think they're going to get exposed on. Yeah, they go to these safety zones. They go to, the friendly networks. They get content, and it's great to see them get set up because, they start off with some soft questions and stuff, and they're real jovial and relaxed. Yeah, they're sitting there like waiting for their moment where they can go ahead and trash Trump. And then when they get blindsided, they don't know what to do with it. Yeah, that's when they truly get exposed, when their own start asking them questions, and then they got to fumble through it. So let's see our first contestant rocking that Florida Evans afro. Here we go. Yeah, buddy. Oh, it's time for When Democrats.
It's Thanksgiving. What are you most grateful for?
Oh, gosh, I'm grateful to be in the city that I love, that I've been born and raised in, and all that we have to offer. Very grateful for my family and their patience. But I will tell you, though, that's actually not my focus this
Here it come. Let's get the political answer. Yeah, let's go ahead and get your prepared answer to virtue signal and all of that stuff. Now, you don't believe in no Thanksgiving. You don't believe in no tradition. You're a communist. But nonetheless. Now see, he set her up, y'all. You see, she's on CNN. He asked her, what you grateful for? Thank you. Let me go ahead and virtue signal. But really, it comes down to the kids. It's not about me or my family and all of my blessings. I mean, who am I? Who am I? Compared to the thousands and thousands of, guess who? Immigrants. So let's go ahead and see her get real content, trying to go ahead and woo us and pretend that she's grateful for her family and her friends. Don't forget the immigrants, though.
My focus this Thanksgiving are on the families who have missing family members, who in some instances don't know where their family members are.
Okay, so that's what your focus is? Huh, Florida Evans Afro? I'm going to go ahead and have to go and expose you, too, before the commentator do. If you were so worried about folks that don't know where their family members are, then you would be worried about all of those missing kids from Joe Biden under his administration. Whatever happened to him? Nobody went looking for him. None of the Democrats went looking for all the kids that was missing. You didn't have Florida Evans take that big afro right there out to the streets talking about the here kids. Where's all the kids that we brought across this border that's missing? You're not thinking about them? Or you're thinking about the ones that ICE has to deport because they came across here legally, right? But you ain't thinking about the real victims, all of those kids. So now, as she sits back and try to pivot and show that really she's thinking about the kids. That's what it is. All of the families that were separated. Of course, you got to go towards your what? Your illegal immigrants that you seem to care so much about.
Because they've been detained, maybe they've been deported, maybe they haven't. My thoughts this Thanksgiving are with the families in the Palisades, Malibu, and Altadena who are not in their homes.
Now, do you really believe that? Do you believe that? That she's really thinking about those people? No, this is her opportunity to go ahead and try to pretend that these are her first priority. Now, you should be talking about all of those Angelinos. Yeah, the ones that are American citizens that's going through hard times, dealing with all kind of stuff. Or the American kids who their parents are in prison and all of that stuff. But no, not you. Not you. You're thinking about people who might have been separated, might have been, deported and all of this stuff. Here it is. Always pandering towards the wrong people. You are an American Congress or the mayor over an American city, not over the world and all of that stuff. But here she is. Yeah, she leaves us out once again. and go straight towards all of her illegal immigrants. But look what happens when this CNN commentator exposes her.
But you know that there's no evidence of any American citizens that have been deported. And if you're in this country, if you're in this country illegally, you run that risk.
Not deported, but detained.
Right.
Oh, you had to change it up? Huh, Florida Afro? You had to change it? Not that. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why you? I was just talking about Thanksgiving and the missing folk. I thought you was going to back me up on that. Come in with some Trump's out there, fascists, he's out there. But you said, now you know there's no American citizens being deported, right? No. I'm detained. I'm detained. See, so now how you gonna rectify this now, huh? You're about to get exposed. See, yeah, you would have left it in the minds of people that American citizens were being detained and deported. That's what you wanted to do. Yeah, you didn't decipher the difference between Americans and illegal immigrants. So this guy, out of all networks, CNN, had to bring up the difference between illegal immigrants and American citizens, and had to remind you as an official, as the mayor, that you do realize if you're here illegally, you can be deported. So apparently, all of these raggedy Democrats just forgot about that. They have no idea that you can be deported if you come here illegally. So now she got to go ahead and weasel around that statement.
Why should a U.S. citizen even be detained? There was a young woman, a student, who came in and provided testimony today. She was detained for 3 days.
Well, yeah, I was detained many times and let go over stuff. Excuse me, could you stand right there? That we need to check your ID, make sure you... Yeah, you act like U.S. citizens are above being detained. That's my question. See, but you didn't want to really distinguish the difference. You would have left it in the minds of everybody that these people are not just being detained, they're being deported because you're a raggedy Democrat that's getting exposed right now. First of all, starting with that big orange afro. What are you, in a circus? You got a big orange afro. Are you Bozo the Clown? Would you cut that mess? And it's in between. Look, man, either keep it low or blow it out. Don't have the little tight afro like that. They ain't want it. But nonetheless, here she is now talking about that they were detained. Now, wait a minute. Do you feel that way about American citizens, that if there's reasonable suspicion, are detained for a few minutes until we work things out? Do you feel that way about them? Or do you think these illegal immigrants are above being detained? If you're around other illegal immigrants, yeah, you might be questioned. That's the thing about it. You might be questioned. I mean, if I'm hanging out with the Bloods or the Crips or whatever, I'm pretty sure if they go ahead and detain them and start asking them, they're going to go ahead and run my stuff too. Yeah, don't you go nowhere. Since you're hanging around them, now we're going to ask you some questions. Oh, you good? Okay, go ahead. Get out of here, you crazy kid. See, but I guess that's too much of an inconvenience. They shouldn't even be detained. So we have no right to go around and try to figure out who's here legally or not, because we don't want to inconvenience some people that might, be questioned. You see the stupidity, but now it's starting to be on display. As you unravel it, as you start to question her unexpectedly, because she didn't expect that, she starts to go ahead and reveal herself. She's getting exposed.
Because basically she was a victim of one of those sweeps where they would roll up a car, would roll up, jump out of the car and detain someone.
Yeah, that's how sweeps work. Yeah. You're not there to arrest the folks that's innocent, but if they're in the vicinity of that, that sweep, you got to ask who they are. Ain't nothing wrong with that. They ain't going it. Thank you, sir. Can I have my ID back? All right. Have a good day, officer. And you bounce. I told y'all when I came back from college to Youngstown, I was driving a rodeo, and the dang on task squad pulled me over for something stupid. Yeah, some made up stuff. You rolled on the stop sign. I was like, okay, sure. All right, can you mind if we search your vehicle? I said, sure, go right on ahead. Start talking to him about the crime. Yeah, I was detained. But immediately, he was like, all right, this guy's good. Let's get out of here. Let's go. See, so I didn't walk away going, you know what, I'm just totally broken and stuff, because I was detained for a few minutes until they worked it out. So here she is now. She done already moved the needle from people being deported No, I meant just detained.
But if you're in this country illegally, you legally don't have a right to be here.
Right.
And the federal government has the right to kick you out, right?
This is true. What
did you say? Say it again.
is true.
This is true. Well, why don't you lead with that? Why don't you accept that fact that the federal government got a right to kick your butt out? So now, why is it such a problem? Why are you up here worried about it? Why are you up here thankful that all the families and stuff like that? I'm worried about the people who didn't get a chance to see their family. They might have been deported. Why are you worried about all that mess? I don't sit up at night worried about criminals getting arrested for Thanksgiving. You know what I'm really thankful for? I'm more focused on all the American citizens who break the law, and then they're separated from their kids when they get arrested and go to jail. I sit up thinking about that. No, I don't. I don't think about that. They ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm like, yo, if you broke the law, what they got to do with me? Unless you're a family member, but I'm not sitting up worried about that. But here she is pretending that's what she's doing. No, she's really worried about all of those potential voters and that cheap labor. Now he's about to go ahead and start unraveling her. She's about to expose why they really love these illegal immigrants when Democrats get exposed.
Which is why we need to have comprehensive immigration reform.
There we go. When your back's up against the wall as a raggedy Democrat, and you can't explain why you are jockeying for all these illegal immigrants to be here, making excuses for them, and somebody calls you out on it and exposes you, then they always default to, that's why we need immigration reform. There you go. And we can't make good choices without immigration reform. No, we already got immigration reform. We know what's supposed to take place when you come across our border illegally. But for some reason now you want immigration reform when what you're saying gets destroyed. When he holds your feet to the fire with that afro of yours, and says, now you do realize the federal government got the right to deport people who are here illegally. That's why we need immigration reform. That's why. Okay, Trump didn't need that to stop these folks from coming across that border. But here she goes again. Now watch this.
We did in the 80s, when the last time there was comprehensive immigration reform. What we did was we essentially said for everybody that is here now that is contributing constructively to the country.
So you made an exception. So what you did is open up the can back then, okay, that we're still dealing with to this day. That's what you did. You said, okay, now we got a lot of them here, and that's what you're banking on this time. Bring a whole bunch of folks here that y'all want to become your constituents, to help you guys in the census, to definitely vote for you and be cheap labor. Get them all here, and then say, look, long as y'all lay low and don't commit some, obvious crime in America, we're going to go ahead and petition for you all to just remain here. You're already here. I mean, look how difficult it'd be to get you out of here. Boy. Now, I'm saying that's bullcrap. Okay, you come here, you break the law, and what do? We reward you by saying, well, you're working here now. There's nothing we can do. I guess you just take up tax dollars and American jobs and space and resources. But I think you all should stay. Now, what message does that send to the rest of the people on their way? See, so that's what she wants. She wants us to go ahead and bend the knee like the Democrats had planned to do for all of these 11 plus million they brought in the last 4 years. However, Donald Trump won. Yeah, and that is why they're out here talking about this is ridiculous. Trump's coming in. He's using the National Guard and trying to separate the kids. That's why they're out here saying this crap.
I mean, in Los Angeles, we have sectors of our economy that are dependent on immigrant labor.
That's a problem. You're exposing yourself. What are you saying? What are you doing? Florida, what are you doing? You up here, as well, we got our economy depends on illegal immigrants. That's a problem. You do realize that, right? You said it out loud. If I'm a common sense American and I listen to you, I'm going, what are you saying? Is this going on somewhere in California? If I'm an ignorant American and didn't know about your scam and you respond like that, I'm going, you're saying it like it's a good thing. It's a problem. She's exposing herself.
Legal or illegal?
Legal or illegal. So they just don't care about federal law. That's what it is. They want anarchy. They want to push us towards a civil war. That's what it is. This is civil war type stuff. Yeah, we're the state, and our personal beliefs and our personal goal and agenda trumps federal law. Even though that's not in the Constitution, we understand federal law, but because it's messing with our precious illegal immigrants, we're going to go ahead and say we're not obeying it. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and harbor these criminals, not work with ICE, unleash our goons to harass ICE and block ICE, and then get on TV and lie about what ICE is doing and pretend they have no right to be coming to these cities, deporting all of the people she just narked on. She just straight told on them, like many of them legally or illegally. And I'm going, you're telling on them. Where's ICE? Go back. We must have left a lot out there, because she's talking about their whole economy is banked on illegal immigrants. She's exposing herself. Continue. Let's see if she catches it.
We don't need for there to be mass deportations that takes place. It hurts our city.
But the criticism...
Wow. Hurts our city. Wow. So basically, leave us be with our illegal immigrants that are here legally and should be deported, that I just made a confession that, yep, they're here legally and illegally, okay? And they're all working, supporting our economy, so leave them be. That only encourages me, baby, to send a whole bunch of ICE members in. I'm telling you right now, I want to see Iceman come in there. I want to see him come in on a big fat glacier and start freezing all of them folks up and taking them out of here. So here she is making a confession, y'all, because this guy happened to call her out on this. And instead of saying, even lied, she should have lied about it. we ain't even got no legal immigrants working in California. I don't even know why Trump here. We kicked them out a long time ago. She straight confessed. When Democrats get exposed.
Criticism of that is that LA, some people feel, is relying essentially on slave labor. That it's unregulated.
Oh, he exposing her some more? Oh, let's see how she handles this obstacle, okay? Because remember, it's all about fair and equality and all of that stuff. And the minimum wage. You think all those business owners want to pay all of these illegal immigrants the minimum wage that you guys are always whining about? $25, $35 an hour. Well, that defeats the whole reason why we wanted y'all to bring all these illegal immigrants here. You think we want to be paying Jose $35? Let those illegals get a wind of that. Hey, what's this minimum wage you're talking about? Oh, why don't we get the minimum wage? That's not for you, Jose. It's not for you. If you were here legally, I mean, hey, I would pay you. But unfortunately, I got to pay you under the table. So you're going to get $5. Don't look that way. Don't look that way, Jose. Okay, if you were back in Guatemala, you'd probably be making like 35 cents an hour. I'm paying you $5. You should be happy. Yeah, so basically slave labor.
Fair to those people, and it's unfair to the workers who are doing things the right way.
Well, let me just tell you that I absolutely recognize that immigrants, especially undocumented immigrants, can be exploited.
Can? That's why they're here. What are you talking about? They came to be exploited. Yeah, that's why you're proud. Exploiting them on multiple levels. Exploiting them because you know if you get them hooked on the teat of the government, they're going to vote for you. Yeah, as you sit back and protect them, tell them about that we're here for you, and then don't require voter IDs. Just for, maybe those go together. Maybe those go together. No IDs, illegal immigrants, give them licenses, stuff like that. And then ship them out to go ahead and work these jobs and get paid under the table. Now here you are trying to pretend that, that nobody should be getting abused. You know they're getting abused. They got abused by the cartel when they brought them across the border. Those kids, they got abused. God knows who else got abused on that journey. Yeah, after they heard the bullhorn coming from you guys. Search the border. But nonetheless, now that they're here, you think that these employees are going, let's go ahead and pay them a fair wage? Because they came here for a better life. And we want them to have a better life. No, we want our bottom line to have a better life. That's what we want. We want to make way more money, and we don't want to pay you stinking Americans that amount of money. And here she is now trying to pretend that she cares about them and their slave labor.
It's not slave labor, and if it is, then the employer needs to be arrested.
Well, yeah, it's not slave labor because we're paying you 15 cents an hour. I mean, come on. It's not free. Yeah, you're getting a whopping 15 to 20 cents an hour. It's not completely safe labor. I mean, it's borderline, but you know what I'm saying? I'll just go ahead and pay you out of my piggy bank, my change thing. All right, here's a week's labor for you. Unbelievable. And she's up here talking about that people. Now, do you think that California and LA is really committed to going out and finding out if these legal immigrants that are working these jobs are being treated fairly and being paid? No, that brings attention to the illegal immigrants. No, they leave them alone. Once they get here, we don't care what you do, where you go, where you work. We're not going to bother you. We're not going to go after you. If you get yourself in a little bit of trouble, we'll make sure we open the back door and ship you out of the courtroom. We're not going to turn you over to ICE unless it's something really bad. Now, you mess around and you kill somebody, there's not much we can do about that. But anything besides that, well, let's go ahead and wink at it. We'll wink at it. These are evil folks, and she's getting exposed. But she's not the only one.
And detained, as opposed to the workers that are just barely trying to survive. But, you know, there's a lot of reasons that people come in. You know, there's...
Yeah, like a what? Search the border. And you talking about they're coming for a better life and the Statue of Liberty and all of that stuff. Now, there shouldn't be any reason they're coming for asylum. What are you talking about? There's a lot of reasons people come here. These people... They're talking about this as if we have no border, no laws, no immigration requirements, nothing. Just like this is a straight up free fall. There's many reasons why people come here. I mean, just casually throwing this mess out there. Now, anybody with common sense listening to her say, man, she sounds like we just got a full blown open border. Like this is optional. Yeah, we just straight up like, man, whenever y'all want to come, just come. Hey, look, you know what I'm saying? You don't need no invitation. You don't need to call before you come. Just show up. I mean, she sounds lawless. Like all the Democrats. So there's many reasons why people come here. And I'm saying, okay, so let me understand. It should be, we are fleeing persecution for our religion. No, that's not it. Okay. We're fleeing because of persecution for our political beliefs. No, that's not it. Okay. Then what's the reason? There's no other reasons. But listen to what she says. Here she goes.
Whole situation of parents who bring in a child, and the child, you know, came here innocently.
Innocently. No. See, you want to focus on the child that came here innocently instead of saying these parents are irresponsible and shouldn't have came here in the first place. But the only reason those parents came here is because of people like you who's talking about this whole situation as if it's an open border. If you got a problem from where you are, you want to make a little extra cheese. You want to come here and abuse our system and our taxpayers and take advantage of naive people. You want to come, just come on, man. Come on, dog. We got you. Now, I'm upset. If I live in California, I'm going, you're talking about these people as if they had a right. You just bunny hopped over the irresponsible parents that brought them. Yeah, you should be focused on them parents not bringing the kids into our country. But here you are, the kids. They always want to pivot to the kids.
Why should that child be deported to a country that they don't know anything about?
Hey, I don't care about all of that. Why should that child be deported to a country they don't know? They came to a country they didn't know anything about. See, you see the logic, the circular, illogical the reasoning. If they came to a country that they don't know anything about, but this one's okay though. You could come here and not know anything about our country, and you even got to learn the language. But now all of a sudden, when you got to leave, oh no, you can't leave because you came to a country that you didn't know anything about, and you're about to get shipped to a country you don't know anything about, but. Now, if that kid wasn't born here, which is still stupid, but they were brought here, when mommy and poppy get sent back, they go with mommy and poppy.
Because it's my hope that in the future, we will never, ever repeat this moment in history where you essentially use the U.S. military inappropriately.
How's it inappropriately? Yeah, my hope is we never repeat this moment in history, in American history, that we have irresponsible, greedy, corrupt politicians that open up our whole country to a bunch of illegal immigrants that they didn't vet, and they brought them here for political gain and financial gain. That's what I hope. I hope the MAGA movement stumps you people out of existence as a party. That's what I hope. I don't want to ever see our borders packed like I did under Biden. I don't ever want to turn on the TV and see a plethora of people, as long as the eyes can see, with Biden shirts talking about that Biden, we're coming. I couldn't believe my eyes with their flags. Unbelievable.
using them to deal with a domestic situation, which we have laws against.
No, what we have is laws against people being in a country legally that you just confessed and said they're working in your city. Unbelievable. She's not even thinking. I would be destroying her. This guy is not really even digging into her like he should. I would be digging everything I'm telling y'all. I would be asking her the question.
You would just detain people. There's over 5,000 people in the Los Angeles area alone that have been detained. Many of them have been deported and sent to other countries that they're not even countries that they're from, and sometimes don't.
Wait a minute. Do you hear Florida's thing on logic? She's getting exposed. Maybe that afro was too tight and is cutting off that circulation in her brain. Many of them are getting deported to a country that they don't speak the language. They've never been there. They came to one. These folks came to this country. Why are we exempt from this? So everybody can come here. They don't need to know anything about our country, our language, nothing. And it's fine. But when you deport them somewhere where they don't know anything about the language or the country, then it's a problem. It's a problem. And I'm saying, are you kidding me? You know how many of these illegal immigrants that are here don't even speak a lick of English? Not a lick. They're driving trucks because they were issued driver's license from California and stuff like that. You pull them over, you're like, excuse me, sir, you were swerving across all 4 lanes in your semi. What? I don't speak Hokkien and Mai. I don't know what the heck you're talking about. You telling me you're driving a semi and you don't speak English? You couldn't read the signs? Unbelievable. But here she is now talking about they might get sent to a country that they've never been to and they don't know the language and stuff like that. And failing to realize that what you're really saying is that, wait a minute, that's the same as what happened when they came here.
Don't even speak the language.
Just like here. Don't speak the language. No comprende.
This is an egregious assault on the American people. And
yes, it is. An egregious assault on the American people that your butt will be sitting here trying to justify that and then being sensitive that they might get sent to a country they've never been to and don't even speak the language. And you fail to realize that's exactly what happened when they came here. See, Democrats, I have to expose them. Along with this guy that's doing a very light job. See, I would be giving her the heavy dose. I'd be giving her the extra size. I'd be like, I'm going to give you the super size exposure.